You stink. They stink. Everyone stinks. They stink. You stink.
You stink.
You stink.
He stink.
Everybody fucking stinks. You know you stink because you haven't showered in weeks. You haven't showered in weeks. And why should you shower? You stink. You all fucking stink. I stink. He stinks. She stinks. They stink. The dog fucking stinks. Yeah.
Everybody stinks.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to SEN Live. I am Christian Harloff. I don't know why I said that like William Wallace. I am William Wallace. I am Christian Harloff. This is the SEN Live show. Thank you for joining us here on Monday. I figured out that it was Monday, luckily enough. Otherwise, we wouldn't have had a show. Joining me once again, he is the one, he's the only, Mr. Wiggs.
Hey!
Hey there, Wiggs.
I showed up. Christian's like, what are you doing here? It's Saturday.
It's Saturday. I know, I was trying to escape and you show up.
You're like, we gotta do a
You gotta do another show again.
Oh, we love it.
We do love it, and we're gonna be loving it. We're gonna be loving talking a lot of different things. A lot of news kind of broke over the weekend. I think that's funny because it used to be that there was no movie news and things happening over the weekends. It's usually when it was slow. You get like one story that broke, but now everything breaks over the weekend because ain't shit going on. So some things happen, and we're going to be talking about it. Like one of the things we'll be talking about for sure, if you saw the thumbnail, there's a picture, and I don't know if it's an older picture or not, of Dave Filoni had updated his profile on his Twitter, and it was a picture of, it was artwork of Ahsoka and old Rex. Just kind of on these creatures. I don't know if they're dewbacks or not, but they're creatures, and they're traveling.
One of them looked like a giant fox.
One of them did, and I think it's concept art from Rebels, personally.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that there's not any weight to it, because why do you update that right now with all the rumors with the Ahsoka and everything? So we're going to get into that for sure. There's other stories, there's other things happening. Zack Snyder did a watch along. He talked about some of the DCEU tidbits and things on his live stream. I thought was pretty interesting. There's more Kylo Ren reveals in the novels. The Olympics, they were,
Shit canned.
Shit canned again. Well, they're shit canned up until July 2021. At least here's to hoping, right? A lot of things. Tiger King is the #1 show, and everybody's downloading that motherfucker, which is funny because the #2, I think, trending right now is Ozark. Have you watched the Ozark there, Brett?
I love Ozark, and we didn't start it because we're still doing Vikings right now.
Oh, okay.
And
you went back to it?
We're doing Vikings and Good Girls. It depends on what night, what we're feeling. And I do think you'd like Good Girls, and Retta's amazing.
I love Retta.
But yeah, no, I forgot Ozark dropped, and we've been waiting for that one for a while.
Well, yes, Ozark's definitely like I said to Jay Washington on the stream the other day. And by the way, thank you to everybody who joined in on the stream, the SEN family, the crew. We had Josh McCouga, Ken Knapsack, Mark Ellis popped in. There's so many people that came in. Brett was there, obviously. Kate Mulligan, Winston, and I was talking when Jay Washington was talking to Jay. Oh, Finstock popped in too. He couldn't understand the goddamn thing that he was saying.
What was he doing?
I don't know what he was doing. He's like walking around.
Shirtless.
I don't know what he was doing. But if you want to watch that stream, it's up, and people seem to like that format. We're going to do it again this week. Might even do it tomorrow. Problem is this, and just to be upfront and honest with everybody, is that you can't connect the Schmoebot to the StreamYards, and right now it's like every Schmoebot really helps right now at the moment. So when we don't have them, it's financially, it's not a great option for us to do, but we're going to do them because the fans really liked it, really enjoyed it. So we're going to do one of those at least a week. And if you guys ask a whole ton of questions when we do the streams, and maybe we can do more than one. But right now, we're going to try to just stick to one. Which reminds me that the Schmoebot is on right now. So if you want impressions or any songs or anything today, you go over to streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Make sure you ask questions over at streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. But I was talking to Jay about we were talking about Ozark. And he said, "Why should I watch this thing?" And I said, "Listen, man, it's it is really the answer to Breaking Bad right now."
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So episode 1 of season 3 starts out great. I'm not going to spoil anything for anybody, so don't worry. But it starts out great. Really like what I saw thus far, and they set it up good because I always forget I have to watch those recaps because I can't remember. It's always like a year between.
Well, that's the thing with that, yeah. And I don't have time to like rewatch a bunch of them.
Yeah.
And I'm glad. So they do a recap.
Yeah, you start. It's like a 2.5 minute recap. I always forgot.
I need some recap.
I forgot what the hell was going on, so I had to watch the recap. It comes back to you once you see everything. But it starts off. It's really good.
That whole cast.
It's great.
It's amazing.
It's great. It's really good. That creepy old lady, man. Oh, she's so creepy. She's so creepy, and she does her job. She's a wonderful actress, but she's so creepy. I can't stand. She's supposed to be like a really despicable, hateful human.
Yeah.
And you hate her the second she pops on the screen. Not in a way like, oh, why'd they cast this lady? Like, this is the perfect lady to cast for this.
And you talk about a show that needs a palate cleanser.
Man.
That's an anxiety attack every episode.
Well, not like shopping at Trader Joe's.
No,
I'll tell you that. I shopped.
Hey, don't get me started.
We'll get into that a little later. But I got notes. I got notes from some people that apparently, like, for new listeners, they want to hear, for people who don't know this show, they want to hear movie news and they want to hear the TV stuff up top, and then they learn the personalities afterwards, and that's when they'll stick around. This is I don't know how fucking true that is or not, but that's the note that I was given. So
they'll pop off once they
or once it's done. So I don't. It's like I don't give a shit. It's like the fans that like it, they like it. But what I'll do is, if you want to hear, if you're brand new to this show and you don't understand how this show works, we talk about movie news somewhat, and then you stick around for the personalities, or you take off and you find another show. I'm so sick of fucking catering to people. It's like I understood it. The email I got this morning was like, well, why don't you up top try to talk about just the news at first too, and then they stick around for them. I was like, just do the fucking show.
Yeah,
I just want to do that. You just do the show.
And you have catered. You have taken a lot of notes and adjusted things accordingly that made sense.
Yes.
But for us, that doesn't make sense.
I just don't want to be handcuffed to do, because it's like, well, people, traditionally they stick around after a little bit if they see the title of the show and you don't know what it is, and it's like, you like to hear about us talk about shit, or you don't.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? It's like the audience who's watching right now, they get it. It's like, you want to convert new fans? Sure.
Yeah.
It's like we're gonna talk about these news things, but you stick around for, you're gonna hear goofy stuff. For if you're brand new to this show, you're gonna hear stupid things, and you're gonna hear jokes and dumb things and crap. So if you want to,
you're either a shitwad or a ball bag,
or a ball bag, either way. So
wait,
it's
which
like,
one's the good one?
I
just tuned in. Which one's the good one?
I don't know. Yeah, the shitwad's a good one. Shitwad's a good one. That was a turd. Turd's the other one. Anyway, so let's get to some of these stories, right? I want to talk about these stories. But Ozark, first of all, I watched episode 1, really enjoyed it. Gonna watch the rest of it with the wife, and we dig it. Jason Bateman directed the first episode. I think he's a great director. He's a really great director. Bad Words is criminally underrated. People should watch that for sure.
Is that where he's does the spelling?
Have you ever seen it?
Fucking loved it.
It's when he has that conversation with that woman in the diner. Holy shit!
He is amazing.
He's so good.
And
so good.
To have a career for that, he's been going for a while now.
But you know who else has been going for a while now is Laura Linney.
Oh yeah,
and Laura Linney is becoming the star of that show.
Oh, that's what I was talking with the wife about. At one point, I was like, she's especially season 2, she was killing.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much, because it's for people who haven't watched it. It's like, then you could spoil it. Like, I was about to call her a certain character or reference her to something, but then I was like, if I do that, then for people who haven't watched it, they're probably waiting for this particular thing to happen. The other thing I did is I finished Hunters.
That's another
Amazon.
There's just so much, and I feel like, don't you feel like you're like, man, I got all this time, but no, I did 3 loads of dishes yesterday.
Yeah, man, it's not as much time.
Made
as
a
people
pot
think.
roast.
Yeah, well, that's why I got an offer from this wonderful woman who's like, hey, we're doing this thing, or we're doing these watch-alongs, and we'd love for you to do one. I said, I don't have time to do watch-alongs right now. I'm going to do a watch-along. It's going to be for the thing.
Yeah.
For the fans, for the watts. But it's like I can't. Here's this extensive list. I think that it's a great opportunity for a lot of different people to do. It's like I don't have the time to do that shit. So I finished Hunters, and I really, really enjoyed the show. I really did. I thought it was a really great show. I hated the ending.
That's what I've heard.
I hated the ending. There's a particular part of the ending that I liked a lot. Then there was another one that they were trying to do something. Again, don't want to reference anything in particular because it'll give it away. But something happened. It's like, oh, come on. That negates the whole entire show. And it's like, that's really unbelievable.
Is this a one-off, or is this?
No, they'll do, I don't know when they do season 2. Who the hell knows?
Yeah.
But I just, something happened. And I said, that doesn't make sense. Plus, I texted Roku because he was the only one who had also watched it. So I'm like, if this particular thing happened, then that person would have done that, and that I'm like, oh, come on. And I was pissed because I was ready to rave about the show.
Yeah,
and it just shows you how important a really strong ending is, because, like I said, everything was leading up to one particular thing. And when I said, well, how are they going to do this? I'm like, that's where they're going with this.
My wife always said.
Yeah.
Strong ending is very important.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, you know what? Darn it.
Was the
I'm
bot
sorry,
off?
Tim. Tim just put in the bot was off. Darn it. I'm sorry, Tim.
Tim, we'll read it.
I'll read it. I'll read it for you, Tim. That was silly.
We'll give him an extra little
Yes.
something.
Yes. So let's actually we'll read his Schmoedown right now. Hold on. Let's.
It's like, listen, you shitheads, you suck.
I know. Well, there've been holy crap. There've been a lot already.
Oh
shit. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Wog.
Dude.
That's a big donation to Wog. Just wanted to thank you guys for great content and just overall fun at this time. I really enjoyed Friday's episode. I hope this donation helps the cause. Stay safe and much love to the extended SEN live crew. Thank you, Wog.
Thank you, Wog. And I'm sorry I keep forgetting to wear the Bob Ross t-shirt. Yeah. It's sitting there. It's ready to be worn. That
was amazing. Well, it was a very generous donation. I cannot thank you enough for that. That does help tremendously. Schmoebots get us through for the weekend. And actually, you're absolutely right. By putting in Schmoebots, it allows us to do shows like we did on Friday, because then it's like, okay, we can take the hit for a show like Friday because we're doing a couple Schmoebots throughout the week. So thank you for that.
Here's some of that refund money from Houston coming back your way.
Oh.
I had to spend the rest on beer and video games.
Oh, Lucas.
I don't have any jokes or requests. I'm just happy that it's Monday and this show is back on. SEN living my routine helps keep me sane.
That's beyond nice, Lucas.
Yes,
Lucas, who bought a Houston ticket, I guess, but now put that as a donation. That's very nice of you, Lucas. Thank you. Tremendous donation, and yes, it absolutely helps, and it makes me feel a lot better about doing that the StreamYard show for tomorrow.
Yeah.
So thank you, sir. That's super helpful.
And good on you guys for giving refunds. A lot of people are not giving back money for certain things.
Nah, we had to give refunds.
There's
we talked about it. I mean, we talked about it up top because the policy normally for the Schmoedown, when you buy a ticket, there's no refund policy, but this is a different situation. This is you can't. I mean,
you gotta adjust.
No, especially for a lot of the fans who come out and the fans they're going through it like everybody else, so they got to get their money back if they choose, or they could transfer it over. We're just hoping that Collision is ready to go by June. Because a lot of people transferred over, and if not, it'll just be one of those things to where we transfer over those tickets to another event that we do, probably Spectacular or something like that. But either way, I think we're going to be good. I'm hoping that we're going to be good.
Hey, dude, when it comes back, it's going to come back hard, man. You're going to get tickets like crazy. I think this cooling off kind of thing is going to make people so hungry.
I think people are going to want to be around.
Once
people feel safe to be around each other, and I think it's going to be more of like that kind of family feel more than anything else too, to kind of get their mind off of being locked in the house for so long, that if we can be that source of entertainment for people, and we put on a big show for everybody. Yeah, I mean, especially if it's Collision. I think Collision should be pretty packed if we can get it done by then. But fingers are crossed. I don't know. We're going to see. But to those people already who put in those Schmoebots, and here's Tim's. Everyone watching Tiger King on Netflix, while me, an intellectual, gets ready for this Friday's release of the Spanish sensation Money Heist on Netflix. Hashtag Bella Ciao. On a serious note, you do you, Harloff, and they will come. Fuck the haters. Thank you, Tim.
Hey, thank you.
No, I get it. It's just, like I said, they're all notes of people who want to help the show and want it to be, better. But for me, it's to stay. I'm not a structured guy.
No,
not with Schmoedown, sure, but with this type of show, I've never been a structured guy. That's the reason why I get bored with those shows. Structure drives me. There's too much structure on stuff. I like the show where anything can happen. And it's just kind of crazy.
This has just soothed my ADD.
Yeah.
We'll be talking, and then you pop something in. I'm like, good, we don't have to talk about that anymore.
It's over.
We go sing a song.
Yeah. Well, here's a new one.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out tonight on the internet, that is. I'm glad none of you came to the studio because we don't want to get sick. Got a little number coming from me from an old singer named Jazzy Pants McGee. Here he is.
Thank you very much there, Tony. Jazzy Pants McGee here. One for you and yours. You tune into the beginning of the show, you do. What you gonna do? You're gonna be so blue because I'm gonna talk about poo-poo. It's true. Poo-poo. Not gonna talk about movies.
No
I'm not gonna have it. Grab a mop, do.
Gonna talk about that poo. Talking about poo is how we're paying the bills. That's
my favorite. I stuck to the email for about 3 minutes, and then I just went up to a poo show. Wonderful. Welcome back, everybody.
Oh.
Welcome back.
It's one of those, I don't know if I should have the coat on or...
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, and I apologize, but the weather here has been so beautiful.
We need it to be hot, dude. Yeah. It's been cold. We need it to be hot.
Not right now, Derek.
Oh.
Not right
Thank
now,
you, Digital Wheel. Thank you, Digital Wheel. Yes. Digital Wheel was very nice, and there's a lot of people.
Not right now, Derek. It's a
Collider Live reference.
Oh, okay.
So it was from we would anytime I'd ask Cody Hall for a clip or a phone call or something and he didn't have it, he would play this sound clip. It was not right now, Derek. It's funny. Miss Cody. And I also missed, that was one of the fun things about the live shows. I got to hang out with Cody more. Cody was doing a lot more live shows. He's doing a lot of the tapings. So let's get into some of this. Let's get to the news, right? Some more news. Like I said, we talked about Hunters. We talked about what the hell was it?
Ozark.
We talked about, and now we're going to talk about this other news. So here's this thing. Here's this thing that I saw a bunch of people. Ed Haskell had tweeted it to me. A bunch of other people were tweeting it to me, and Dave Filoni posted this picture of this artwork that of Ahsoka Tano and Rex, and they're on these creatures, and it's like a vague thing. He's very good at these vague tweets and everything too, and it just not even just tweets. He just updated his profile picture, and people will notice it. That's what he does. He's very good at doing that. Now, some people wrote, and I even saw some guy thought he was so slick. He's like, "That's an old picture from 2016." Yeah, maybe it is, but the question is, why did he post it now?
Yeah.
Why did he decide to update his Twitter now when all these rumors about Ahsoka are coming out, even if it is 4 years old? If he puts it out there right now, amidst all of these rumors about Rosario Dawson and that's going to get people talking, and he knows that. So the silliness of just he just woke up in the morning, decided to that's old. You guys didn't figure out shit. It's just old art. First of all, no one said they figured out shit. They're just paying attention to things.
It's a tease.
It is absolutely a tease.
Now explain to me the Ben character.
Rex?
Or was it Rex?
Yeah.
Oh, old Rex.
Old Rex. So Rex is he was a clone in the Clone Wars. He's one of the many clones. You remember the Clone Wars? You remember all that stuff? You remember the Troopers, right? So remember Order 66?
Yeah.
All right. So Order 66 was when Palpatine basically execute Order 66, and then all the clones turned on the Jedi and killed them all. Right. So
Sad day.
Yeah, it was a sad day. But in the Clone Wars, there were a few clones that resisted, and there were a few clones that went rogue, and they got this. It was because this chip that was in them that it just basically, it went off, and then they just killed everybody. But these clones, they took off. A bunch of them. Rex was one of them. Rex was very close with Ahsoka Tano during that time, and he reunited with her in Rebels. Now, in Return of the Jedi, there's a scene, and there's this. I don't know if you remember this, but at the first in like the middle of the movie, when it looks like they're going to take over. Well, they do take. No, it looks like they're going to take over. And one of the soldiers is out there. And it's an older soldier. And he's really old. And people always picked up on it. And Dave Filoni confirmed down the line in canon that it's Rex.
Okay. Right?
Now, the only thing with that, though, is that takes place. And they age very fast. Because they're clones. They age really fast. The problem that I have if he pops up in Mandalorian is we've already seen him in Return of the Jedi because Filoni did confirm that was him. So, how are they going to? I mean, he's got to look really almost decrepit at this point because it's years after Return of the Jedi, and then if he's showing up with Ahsoka, I don't know. I mean, it's Star Wars. There's science. There's what is it? They could have fixed him up, or
I did not know that. I did not know the clones
age fast. Well, that's what happened. That's what happened. So
nobody told me.
No. So I think that we're going to wind up seeing Ahsoka for sure. It'd be great to see Rex. What would be great if they have Tamara Morrison, who played Jango Fett and basically the basis of all the clones.
Hey guys, thanks for all you do. Love the show.
Thank you, Sloan.
Can we get a classic Harloff Richard Dreyfuss impression creeping on the girls on the set of Jaws?
Absolutely.
Have a great day.
You ever hear my Richard Dreyfuss before? Let's see. Side of Jaws. Well, let's do this one. Oh. How you doing? You know who I am? Wow. I'm. Want to smell my feet? No. Well, there's me and I'm friends with Steven Spielberg. I'm in the movie now. The one over there with the big shark. I want to see a shark in my pants, maybe.
Now, you had an amazing interview with this gentleman.
2.5.
Do you feel bad about that?
No. It's because it's an impression. I can do an impression about you being creepy, too. It's 2.5 hours. I had an interview with Richard Dreyfuss, dude. He was supposed to be in there for half an hour.
That to me, I mean, I don't want to do interviews, but that to me was just like, oh, that.
Did you watch it?
Yeah. I
mean, 2.5 hours.
To sit with Richard Dreyfuss.
He would have stayed there, by the way, for another 2. His wife was just like, we got to go. And his wife came in at one point, and he was middle of telling me like a lot of stories. He was accused of stuff, for like Me Too movement and stuff. And he brought before the interview started, he's like, this stuff that's going on. I go, no, don't worry, I'm not going to bring it up. He goes like, oh, I want you to bring it up. I was like, okay. So whatever you want me to do. And when Richard Dreyfuss was one of those interviews, very similar to Van Damme, not as nutty, but once you ask a question, they just go off and you just go on the ride.
Yeah. And
that's kind of what happened with Dreyfuss when I was talking to him. And his wife came in and he was just saying everything, not holding anything back. She, at one point, she's just like going like this, like don't say anything. And he's just like waving her off. And he's like, I got it. And it was just that one, I felt that one should have been, because the CM Punk interview and everything too, that did really well. Like the clip outs did over like 1 million views and everything too. The Richard Dreyfuss one, I don't think enough people watched because that interview was just, I was in awe and I was in that room. I was in the room. He wanted Riley in the room too.
Did the kids not remember the Jaws and the stuff? Is it
that? How do you not remember? How do you not remember me?
But I mean, is he not as relevant to the youngsters these days? I guess is
probably
that
not.
CM Punk
probably not. Well, maybe so. They mention him quite often in Hunters. He's mentioned like he's placed in the 70s. So like one of the hunters is an actor, and he keeps getting pissed off because Dreyfuss keeps beating him out for roles. It's pretty funny. But anyway, so going back to the Ahsoka Tano and Rex thing, you guys think that they're going to show up? You think they're going to be there? How long? I mean, this could be a way if they have Rex in the actual show, that you can actually kill him off this time because he's old enough to where it would be a big moment, and fans of like the Clone Wars and the Rebels would probably have a pretty big impact if you wanted to. And the other, or I should say, there is rumors now that Ahsoka Tano is going to get her own series, then maybe you bring him on over, which would be again interesting for Morrison to make his way on over there. So that would be good.
So not confirmed, but the assumption is that both these characters are going to be in season 2. Is what they're kind of teasing, or
you would assume that's the tease. You would assume that that's what the tease is, because you had all these rumors about Rosario Dawson getting cast as Ahsoka Tano and shows up. I'm sure it was a pretty big reveal that they didn't want leaked. That got leaked. I bet you Filoni was pissed about it. But it's out there. Nobody's denied it. There's been no comments about it, but no one's denied it. So knowing Filoni's actions in the past, he probably said, I'm just going to embrace it. So he took this concept art, whether it was from Rebels or whatever it was from, and he put it up there. Now, whether or not that means that it's just Ahsoka that's going to show up, or whether or not it's going to be Ahsoka and Rex, it's a pretty fun tease either way. And some people think Ezra was going to be in it. Who's another character from Rebels. You should watch Rebels. You should watch Rebels.
I should do that.
It's on Plus.
Yeah, I bet Blake would get in that too, because he's into Star Wars. So maybe that's something we should
tell him. It's not just because it's animated. It's not. I know he's trying to be like cool teenager kid now, but it's not. It's pretty badass.
Yeah,
it's pretty badass. Rebels is good.
He really likes the video games.
Yeah, the Star Wars video game.
Yeah. We have the one on the Xbox 360. I don't know what it's called even. My wife plays
doesn't he have a Nintendo Switch?
His Switch, yeah.
So they just put Jedi Academy on Switch.
Oh, nice.
They just put Academy. I got it for my daughter. She's been playing it, and I realize I'm not built for these things anymore. I'm just not built for these games anymore. So she comes up to me and she's like, I can't figure out how to do the force push. And I'm like, it should be pretty easy. I'm shaking the fucking thing and like banging against the pillow. And she's like, Dad, that's not going to help. I go, no, but it's going to help me. Right. And then so then I was like, well, wait a minute. I did figure it out though. So I'm proud of myself that way. I go into the settings and there's you have to like switch it on melee, optimize this, optimize that. I'm like, I remember the old Mario would jump over a fucking mushroom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You jump, bounce on things, and that was the easy. There's too many. She figured it out too. She's pretty good at it. But I was proud of myself because I did figure that part out. But yeah, Jedi Academy, it's available.
Would people in regards to the exclusive content with myself or Kate, would people be interested in me like twitching? Is it Twitch?
Just twitching?
Twitching. Just twitching.
Yeah.
I like to play the classic NES games like Excitebike and Zelda and things like that.
For you, I think people would be into it for sure. I think there's something we want to be do. We want to be do? Yeah, we want to be do.
Or you should see, or me rage quitting Punch Out. Oh God, that game is.
Punch Out, I love Punch Out. Mike Tyson's Punch Out, or the other one?
Well, it's the
old school one. The old school one's tough.
No, yeah, it's. I think this one is the Mike Tyson, but they changed the name, right? I mean, they just added Tyson at one point, but it's not the one where the one that was in the arcades where I
know which one with the green hair, Mac. And he had like bars and stuff.
No, this one looks like the Tyson Punch Out, but I'm pretty sure Tyson is the end game on it. But then they don't call it Mike Tyson's Punch Out, I don't believe. But the Switch thing, did you get that? It's only like $12 a year, and you can play all these classic games: Metroid, Zelda 2, all the Marios and stuff like that. It's really a fun one, and would be a fun one for.
I think so. Yeah. Well, I think the fans right now are all down for you to do that for sure.
All right.
So listen, there's about 1,200 of you wads in there right now.
Bless you all.
You're all watching right now, and yet 345 likes. Come on, shit wads.
Oh, I like you said. You called them the wads earlier.
That's sad, Wads. It's now it's 362.
Okay.
Now it's 362. We went up, but Wads, 388. Okay.
Every time you hit like, an angel gets its wings.
Let's see. Hold on. 425 now.
Nice.
Oh, nice. 425. 425.
Do you want cookies?
Yes.
I said yes. Do you want milk? I said yes. Thanks for everything you're doing. Your work means so much to this community, and we will always support you.
Thank you, Josh. It's very nice. Yeah, and again, these now the Schmoedown are really coming in, and I cannot tell you how much they are helping the actual show, and it allowed like now we're definitely doing one of these ultimate streams tomorrow because I already have a few special guests lined up. So it'll be you and I that'll be on there, but we're going to invite some special guests. If there's special guests that you guys want to see, let me know. We're also doing StreamYards for Backstage tomorrow, and we have some really great guests. We have it's going to be myself, Ben, and Roca, obviously, but Rachel Silvestrini and Ben Goddard will be in the chat talking to a very controversial appearance by them on the Pride versus Butcher Boys. They really got it, man. They really got it. As heels,
Ben was getting into something with somebody.
And I was texting with him last night. Like, there's part of it went because Frank Janish to me is whether they call him Skip Bayless or he's like the ultimate analyst of Schmoedown. He's been doing it for a very long time, and he's been back and forth with competitors in the past, and people don't realize he's been doing it forever. And people are like, oh, he just started going after like Chandru and Rachel. He's been doing it forever. He did a whole piece on why Riley should retire right before Riley. It's what he does, and he's great at it. And he gave some, and like his Chandru even wrote me. He's like, oh, I had some issues with what Frank said to me. I said, I don't. Frank's an analyst, and Frank's he's watching it in the eyes of a fan. Yeah. And he's also being able to say, okay, this is what I think this person, how they're being perceived and what they're doing, and what I agree with, what I don't. He's that's what we pay him for, to be that guy. And he did the same thing for the Pride. And so what Ben Goddard had a problem with is that not that Frank talked about it on the show. He knows that that's what he's there to do, but it was that Frank went the extra mile and tweeted out about it, right? But Frank was promoting the show. He was promoting his show, tweeting it out, saying this is what I was talking about on the show, and he likes to goad the competitors a little bit too. And I had no problem with Ben the first time kind of going after him. I said, look, it's a feud. There we go. My problem is that when it's not just Ben, it's a lot of competitors do this. They start talking about kayfabe, and a lot of them don't even understand what kayfabe is, and they don't understand what it is. And I cannot stand in interviews when people go, to break kayfabe for a second. It drives me crazy. It drives me crazy when we're like, well, it's okay when so-and-so does this, but I can't do this. Like, don't do that. Just go. You want to go out to Frank and say, this is Frank, and you want to stay in character and go after him, by all means, go for it. But don't start saying, well, it's okay when so-and-so does it, but when I do, don't do that shit. It's like, that drives me fucking crazy. It's not just him. It's a lot of people do this. And they're going to be on tomorrow. It's going to be Goddard, Frank, and Rachel all going to be on. We're also going to have Mike Kalinowski on. Mark Andreyko is going to come in. So it's going to be great. It's going to be really, really great.
Not that my audio and video was the best, but for anybody coming on tomorrow, if you're listening, vertical is not the way to shoot these.
No,
right?
It's not. It is not the way to shoot.
This is not an Instagram story.
No. So, but either way, if you guys want to get you guys want to go and watch that match before we do, you should watch the match because it's a really good match. It's the Pride versus Butcher Boys. It's up right now this week.
Tomorrow's Backstage is a must-see.
Yes, it is.
Frank Janish's beef with the Pride. In the words of a wise man, oh mamacita, won't be there because I'll be busy with real life, but looking forward to seeing it soon.
Well, we look forward to having you watch it, Tim, because it'll be, it's going on the channel. It'll be available on Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. So, hold on a second. I'm doing. So we chose no substitutions. I have somebody doing an actual order right now. God forbid.
Oh, you did an Amazon order?
No, we're doing this one. This one's Ralph's. We went to the store yesterday.
I've done a couple of the Amazon Prime Now ones. Pretty good stuff. They leave it right on your doorstep. Yep. You don't have to interact with anybody.
Yep. All right. So look, this is exactly tip of the spear. Kayfabe is the portrayal of staged events in wrestling in the industry as real or true. Can we get a shirt that says don't fucking break kayfabe. Yes.
What is it? What is?
It's just stay in story. It's like staying. If you're gonna like Kalinowski breaks it all the freaking time. Like people break it all the time. It's like if you're in character, stay in character until like you're on backstage. You don't need to be in character. Yeah. You don't need to be on story because we're talking. It's like when you're in the thick of it and when you're if you're
Patient Wads. Greetings from NYC. Thanks for being my daily escape from the shit show that is life.
Thanks, Big.
Over in NYC is crazy, but I honestly just bury my head in the sand just to keep from going nuts.
Yeah.
I hope you, Fred, and your families stay safe.
Thank you.
Well, you too. Thank you so much. Yeah, I hope everybody's just staying safe.
That's the whole point, right? And that's. I mean, because I did go to the supermarket yesterday. What an ordeal this was. So I went in the morning.
The Trader Joe's?
Trader Joe's, yeah. I went to Trader Joe's, I do like what Trader Joe's is doing, by the way. They do this. They only let people, like 25 people in at a time.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's good.
But the line goes around the block, so I was online for an hour and 15 minutes, or maybe an hour and 20 minutes.
You're shitting
No.
me. You stayed? Oh.
I was listening to music the whole time, right? But I was doing emails and everything. But left my house at 9 o'clock. I got in the store around like 10:20.
How many farts did you do in that
Not
line?
one. Didn't have any cheese.
You didn't
No
crop
cheese.
dust
No,
anybody?
I didn't. No, there were some people. But I should have, though. But I didn't. And I get in there, though, and I knew right away that I made the right decision as far as shopping goes because the shelves were stocked.
Mm-hmm.
It was like minus toilet paper and all that shit,
Yeah.
but like fruits and vegetables and chicken. It was like, okay, good. So I did my whole thing. I had to get 2 fucking carts, man.
Really?
I had to because the problem is I don't get anxiety. I've had that. I hear all you guys talking about it and everything too, and I always feel blessed because I don't. Certain times, but
Yeah.
I mean I'm not like it's not. I don't worry a lot.
It's more nerves, I would say.
Yeah, for certain things. But I'm not like I don't worry like my wife does. I'm not a worrier. I don't really get stressed out in situations like that. I can kind of calm it down, say everything's gonna be cool. It was calm in that store. But I was starting to get anxious.
Yeah.
Because it's just like you're on a rush, you're on a move. I was like, I don't want to be in this store at all. I mean, it was especially reports coming out that in the next 2 weeks it's going to hit an all-time high in the United States. Or United States has already surpassed the most amount of cases. And I'm like, get me the fuck out of here. I just want to be home. And so I was shopping and getting everything because I don't want to be back in the store. So I'm like, I'll get a whole bunch of snacks and a bunch of frozen shit, and I'll be good for like at least 3 weeks, right? And just being in that store, it was the right store. But then we have this other order coming in, and the lady's like, "Wait a minute, you said no substitutions?" I said, "Yeah, I don't want substitutions."
Yeah, that I did that on an Amazon one. I'm like, what are you going to substitute?
She doesn't know me.
Yeah.
How do you know what I like?
You think you know me? You don't know me.
You don't know shit. So listen, let me tell you something. This lady, she comes over and she says, I'm going to be really nice and I'm going to shop for you in this time of panic. Yeah. I'm going to shop for you and I'm going to substitute. I said, wait a minute. You going to substitute for me, you nice lady? You don't know shit.
Oh shit! What do you think? You think I asked for LaCroix? You gonna give me something else, some knockoff? I don't know shit about what I drink.
What, you give me the bubbly?
Yeah.
You mean the bubbly?
Yeah, that bubbly's the only one that's available.
You know
Is that one any good?
It's pretty good.
All right. I think it's a bubbly. Spindrift's my new jam.
I don't like the Spindrift.
Really?
Sadie loves the Spindrift. I think it tastes like cleaning fluid.
Oh, see, it has real fruit in it.
That's probably why I don't like it.
You like that artificial...
Yeah, this doesn't... See, it smells artificial, but it says it's not.
Yeah.
It says it's not. I don't know.
Hey.
What are we talking about?
Who knows?
Ahsoka?
Sokatana.
Ahsoka.
I finally found out that was 2 different words.
Oh, good for you.
2 different names.
Yeah, it's a first name and last name.
Were you impressed I spelled it right on my text to you?
I didn't read your text.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I don't read your text.
You'd read about 1 out of every 50.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, let's see. Let's get to streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Like we said before, ladies and gentlemen, the Schmoebot is on. It is raring and ready to go. Any stupid things you want us to do, whether it's the Mad Hatter or did you see the video that Matt Link did with the Mad Hatter? So good. It's on my Instagram. It's the last one I posted.
You see what I did there?
What'd you do?
I was really looking forward to today's show. It has become my absolute go-to programming.
Thank you.
I loved Friday's show. Ken should do a weekly rant. Amazing. One last thing, fine chariot, but where are the horses?
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Fine chariot, where are the horses?
Okay.
Sorry, don't get it.
Hey,
Don't,
Brett, you know what I got to do? I need you to tell people about your what you did yesterday with your kids.
Oh, what I did yesterday with the kids? Well, we went for a bike ride. It's my saving grace right now. The worst part about it was that I think I need to get my daughter a 10-speed at this point because she can't keep up with us on the BMX she's riding, and this is the best time and financial situation to be in to want her to be begging me for a bike. But it was windy out there. It was so windy. And the weirdest thing about being out and about when you go on these things is the people that like almost too much separate themselves from you. Like you're riding your bike past somebody and like they jump out into the street, or onto the sidewalk to get out of the way from you. It's like okay, I get being careful, but it's kind of insulting almost. Don't you think so?
I do. I'm sorry. This is
the thing. Good. I'm trying.
I want to try here. You know what? Give me a theme. I'll give you another character. What do you want to do? This is my piss break for a second.
Okay.
Give me a theme. You
just hit one and I'll go with it.
All right, here we go.
Now here's the deal, people. You know, I understand this keeping a safe distance thing. But, you know, that doesn't mean, like, if we're 6 feet apart, you can't give me a head nod. You know, just show me a little bit of, like, human contact from a distance. Don't treat me like I have it or like I'm some sort of a germ spreader. You know, I'm just out there trying to get a little exercise and keep my gut down. One more thing I want to tell everybody out there. Please, please, please keep your asses washed good.
There you go. So I have all this shit now that's happening. I gotta. Oh, this
isn't the grocery thing still?
Yeah, the grocery thing. It's just ruining. It's ruining everything. Hold on. Let's see. God.
That's the thing. A lot of people I don't realize now too is that the shelves are stocked quite well now because of the limitations that people are placing. They're not letting people hoard a bunch of stuff right now. I actually found some Purell the other day at a local liquor store. So I think the panic buying, I hope that has died down and we can start getting our groceries like without having to freak out, because I did get some bread, I did get some meat. And the one thing that I think everybody should do, which I do, if there's two of something on the shelf,
fucking my show up right now. And
grab
I'm getting
one.
Pissed. Yeah.
You putting it up there?
What?
You gonna read it up?
I'm not bringing it up. I just want to tell my wife to deal with this right now because I can't. I'm fucking dealing with the groceries on the fucking show.
So this is her texting you?
Yes.
She knows we're running a show.
No, not my wife. The grocery woman is.
You're like, listen, I'm trying to pay for these groceries.
Yes.
Do not substitute. Well, you wanted eggs, but instead we got you broccoli. No, that's
and now it's black. The whole fucking with John Roca on this shit.
Oh man, still hasn't shown up to the show, Roca.
No, I'm tired of this. Okay, now we're back to normal.
All right.
Sorry, everybody.
Sorry you had to listen to me tell mundane stories.
I know. Well, thank you for that. You really held it down. I wanted to let's get to some of the Schmoebot stuff though, and the streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Again, thank you very much for everybody who's donating and asking questions. It does keeps us going, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you. So let's get to some of these questions. Seth Bayless, hey Christian, read the rest in your head. Look at your guest, giggle, look to the camera, nod in agreement, and proceed without acknowledgement. Your actions. Also check out Schmo's Gmail to see the shirt designs. I don't know what that means. Search Seth Bailey. I don't know what that means. I'm sorry. Don't know shitwad. Did you guys see the college professor at the University of Miami teaching classes online with a bookmark on busty college girls fucking? What? For a professor, he clearly doesn't know shit. Thanks for a lot. What?
What?
That's hysterical. That can't be real. It has to be like an Onion thing or something, right?
You've gotten the one with the well-endowed porn star. You've gotten those clickbait things, have you, from friends? Have I not sent you any of those, or
no?
Oh.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
Which
he's the guy's the most famous man on the planet.
No,
one.
I saw that. The one that I saw was there was this. Do you see the guy who's like, there was this woman. He's like, I don't know what this world's coming to, but I'm out in the back. And I'm just minding my own business. And this guy comes up to me and he says that he will give me a cookie if I show him my butthole. And he goes, what in the damn hell is going on? He's filming from the back. He goes, I don't understand what is happening. And the guy went that way and he puts his hand up. He's holding a cookie.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's really funny. There have been tons of those going on. There's another one. Yeah, it's been going on. So this is
a lot going on.
There's a lot going on. Okay. So I do want to get back to streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. And then I'm Rick James Bitch.
Oh.
Hey gang, you and your family, I hope you guys are staying safe and healthy with a lot of a lot of content being delayed, pushed back. Please rank the upcoming content based on your excitement of them. the Lord of the Rings show, the Game of Thrones spinoff, Top Gun Maverick, Coming to America 2, and Tenet. I have spoken. That's a good list. It's a good list. I have it in front of me, Brett, so there's no way that you retained all of that.
I got it.
You got all of it?
I don't know much about the Tenet.
Okay.
I didn't know there was...
It's Tenet.
I didn't know there was going to be a Game of Thrones spinoff.
Yeah.
I think the Top Gun one for me is just because of nostalgia, and that was like, I took a date to that. I mean, like that was my first date movie. I went.
Really?
To, yeah.
How old were you? 9?
7th grade. I think.
Look at you.
No, it may have been a re-release. I don't think it was when did it come out?
86.
86. Yeah, I think it was like they brought it back for a little bit or something like.
That makes sense. They used to do that a lot more.
Well, no, 86. I mean, how old?
You should have been.
I graduated high school in 92.
Yeah, so you should. Yeah, you probably
could have been
right
when it came out.
So for me, I actually am going to go to Lord of the Rings show. Number one, as much as I want to see Top Gun Maverick, it's 2 hours and then it's out of my life. I want to see. I like the idea of Amazon doing an actual show. Plus, The Hobbit was a bust for me, so I want to actually see them go back into that world and be able to expand and have enough material and have some fun with it. So I'm going to go with Lord of the Rings show first.
If I could break kayfabe for a minute,
of course you can.
I kid.
Thank you, Paul.
Shitwads unite.
Yes.
Keep supporting SEN and then watch Chill to Action tonight with Janine the Machine.
Oh, nice.
Everyone in the chat, type you don't know shit.
They're doing
something to do.
They're doing good, that call to action right now. They got a lot of good guests. They have a lot of good people on there.
Yeah.
You should go and check it out.
They're good people.
They are good people. So go on over, check them out for sure. I didn't agree with one of Janine's tweets this morning. Janine said she didn't think she was a good heel. She thought she was terrible at it. I couldn't disagree more. I thought she may not have been as comfortable as she thought, but she was actually really good at being a heel and had some great looks and things that she did. But the reason I had to turn her face is the reaction she got in New York. She came out like she was supposed to be. It was supposed to be heel versus heel, but the crowd said "fuck that." And when the crowd was screaming and yelling for her and really cheering for her, and I was like, well, once that happens, you gotta listen to the audience at times. So and the same thing with Smets. Smets wanted to go heel, like uber heel at Spectacular. And I said, all right, I remember going, I don't know how much it's going to work because I think he's got like that Tyson aura and they really love him. I said, and he cut this promo, and the problem was also is that Mike Kalinowski had just cut a similar promo right up top, but he tried to turn on the fans and tell the fans like, yeah, where were you guys before this? And like, yeah, you can say whatever you want. We love you. And I was like, dude, we can't like, he's a more anti-hero than anything else. So I was like, we can't go down this route. They're not buying it. So you got to listen to the audience. But what I will say about the Pride on Silvestrini and Goddard, if they listen to me, I think that they could be some of the best heels we've seen in this league for a long time. But they can't go off and start like doing certain things on different shows and like same thing with Chandru. He's like, oh, I want to defend myself. Don't defend yourself yet. Let the stories build. Let the audiences talk. It's like Chandru's like, I want to go and tell my side of the story. We don't know what the side of the story is yet. Yeah. If we're building it for a character base, don't start defending yourself because you can eventually hurt yourself inside of story. Like that's the thing. It's the tricky situation of not knowing. Like, is it the game? Is it the character? What is it? Like, what do you want to be? So that's why I try to tell the newer competitors just. And it's harder right now. We're in this quarantine thing. We're not around. We're not in the thick of it. But yeah, you just got to be careful. But I do think that Ben and Rachel could be pretty good heels if they listen. We'll see if they will. Okay, going into the next question here. Oh yeah, for me, sorry. So the Lord of the Rings is my first. Then I would say Coming to America 2. Then I would say Tenet. Then I would say. Oh, no. Did I not say Top Gun yet? So Lord of the Rings, Coming to America 2, Top Gun, Tenet, Game of Thrones. But that's not, and I could change all of those, to be honest with you.
I'm worried about Coming to America 2.
Do you know why I'm not? Because Craig Brewer, did you watch Dolomite?
No, I haven't yet.
Dude, you gotta see Dolomite.
Yeah.
Same director of Dolomite. Have you ever watched, and I would assume that it's no also, but did you see the Footloose remake?
No.
It's not bad.
Oh, really?
It's not bad, and it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
It didn't need to be made, but Craig Brewer also directed that and did a really good job with it. He also did Hustle and Flow.
Okay.
He's a great director, and he connects with actors in a way that not a lot of directors do, and you can see that in all of his stuff. And he seems to have that connection right now with Eddie Murphy. So I'm actually really looking forward to it because I think that Eddie Murphy got a second breath too. I don't disagree with you. You could. It's like, is this
I want it to be good,
right? Is this going to be like Zoolander too?
Yeah.
I don't think it will be. I think that Craig Brewer is going to handle it with a good. I don't know. He's going to handle it with respect. I think Eddie's going to handle it with respect. So I'm pretty excited about it.
The thing with with that one, to me, it's like it seems like that was that era. I think that the Top Gun story can
easily
be more present now than that kind of a story. You know,
that's a good point. That's a good point because you're focusing on these younger kids plus in Top Gun is, and then you have
there's a new batch.
And I think Miles Teller plays Goose's son, which is also interesting. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I heard. And then it seems like there's more to tell in Top Gun than there might be in Coming to America 2, but I could replace all of those.
I hope it kills.
Yeah, me too.
I would love to see that. That's something. Coming to America, I've seen 50 times. I mean,
He beat Joe Lewis's ass. So good. All right, let's see. Going back
on.
What? Which one?
Is Mama calling Clay? I'm a calling Clay.
No, that's right. Yeah. The royal penis is clean, Your Highness. Lawrence Lease. Shout out to Hotel Nerd. Hotel Nerd. Shout out. Okay.
Oh, nice. We gotta show excitement.
It's those little subtle like nices and like, hey,
I gotta get in some of my watching trailer, reactions of the
yeah,
okay,
right, yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
The Schmoebot is on, ladies and gentlemen. Streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. If you feel so inclined to any songs you want, any questions you want, any impressions or whatnot, the Schmoebot is open. Streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Or you just want to interrupt the show, you can do that too. Yeah. Wog0521 did that earlier. Thank you so much. So did Tim Sim. Blue Chew helps you screw. That is true. Thank you for all you do. You are phenomenal.
Oh,
you're phenomenal.
I could have used a Blue Chew last night.
What happened?
I had a situation.
What happened? You can't bring that up. What'd you do? Did you
I had a little...
Get hammered, couldn't get it going?
No, I wasn't hammered. It was just... I think sometimes with the medication, I have a little issues.
Little flaccid dragon.
Yeah, and that's a tough one when they're raring to go, and those moments don't happen a lot.
Yeah. You never hear the end of it.
Yeah.
That's true.
And then she takes it personally. Oh. It's like...
Yeah.
Well, don't you find me? I mean, come on, look at you, lot. I mean,
right.
No,
it has nothing. It's this, and right, and you can't say it's a you thing.
Yeah,
or it's a me thing. It's not a you thing.
And I don't have this a lot. That's the thing too. Is that like
you really need it
as an older gentleman. I think I'm still pretty strong like bull, But
you need a blue chew.
I need to get on there. Use promo code SEN.
You really should. You need to use. Exactly.
That was an unplanned ad, but
we did it. Well, we did it. Oh, look at that. It's affecting us all.
Listen, guys.
I know. Blue Chew helps
you. Think you have worries?
No, that's a worry. Lucas J. Shishek put in a very generous Schmoebot. Thank you, Lucas. Brad, I got good news for you.
Okay.
Somebody's back.
Who is it?
Peanut butter anus. I will be missing out.
I want my tombstone to have like quotes from these people on it. Peanut butter anus. Brett, you brought joy to my life.
How do you come up with that one too?
I know.
It's just like that's what they told me it tastes like.
Yeah.
All right. Peanut butter anus says I will be missing out on Cubs games because of this virus shit. And my boyfriend, who is a nurse, has been in New York the past week helping out with virus. And my hair and beard is a mess because of my barber is closed due to the virus. What a shitty month. That's right. Okay. Sir Lord Attenborough. Hey, guys. Happy Monday. My girlfriend and I started watching The Sopranos over the weekend. Her first time watching, my third rewatch, and it's still amazing. What are your favorite episodes? Mine is Pine Barrens. Love me some Paulie Walnuts. Stay safe and healthy. Did you watch that show a lot?
I did. I don't know if I can remember
I don't know
specific episodes.
I mean, season 2 was my all-time favorite season.
Yeah.
One of my favorite seasons in television altogether. So I think is Pine Barrens, is that the one where they're in the woods with Chrissy and Paulie? I don't know, but Paulie was still. I mean, he was such a despicable guy, but he's so fucking funny. Like he when he insult people, listen, you weirdo fuck, and he was the one that was like, you hear what I told him, Sills? That's where the whole thing comes from. He's like, what I says to him, I tells him to go fuck his mother. Did you hear what I said to him? Like that was the best.
I might. Yeah, I don't have time to rewatch.
You can't rewatch that, but it was, you should watch the pilot. It's great.
I do have a PS2. Game, a Sopranos game.
Do they have a Sopranos game?
Yeah.
What do you do?
You walk around whacking people.
Is that true?
I'll have to bring it in.
You have to. I didn't know there was a Sopranos game.
I don't know. Are these backwards compatible or no?
They might be.
Once 4 went.
Bring it in. See. That's crazy.
Or I could bring in the PS2. I have too. I hate to brag, folks, but I still have a PS2. So
yeah, well, good for you.
Yeah,
good for you.
Probably have to sell it for food.
You're gonna have to. Sir Lord Attenborough, thank you. Digital Wheel put in a great Schmoebot. The Fauci and the TP shelves. Thoughts on the new Pearl Jam album. Everyone should be watching Man in the High Castle. It's a fantastic show. Okay, let's start with the Pearl Jam. Did you watch the Pearl Jam?
I haven't.
Listen to the Pearl Jam, I should say.
No, I have not.
All right, so she's none of this. I'm getting tired of these texts about the fucking groceries. I have not seen, I have not heard the Pearl Jam album, nor have I watched Man in the High Castle. Do you know what Man in the High Castle is about?
No.
It's an Amazon series. One of the first, I think, Amazon series, because, Mrs. Maisel and all these shows really blew up. I think that Man in the High Castle is based off a novel, I think. Don't quote me on that. Maybe a comic, but I think it's maybe a book. I don't remember. It's basically a what-if series, but what if the Nazis had won the war? And then it's America is basically run by Nazis.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I think that's like a pocket of people who are trying to overthrow. I don't know. I saw a lot of the first episode, but I think there's 3 or 4 seasons of it, but I hear it's really good. Pearl Jam, I will be listening to the album for sure. I have not had a chance to yet. There's no review of it from the Fauci and the TB shelves. Just asked if we've heard it.
I mean, I got to be honest. I love Pearl Jam,
right?
But I fell off. Not
Vitalogy.
There was one more after that one. I think I didn't. I think they were putting out a lot of just kind of live albums and things too, like that. And I don't know. I still a fan, but I didn't keep up with them. And I thought I would.
Because you're such a massive
if you would have talked
fan,
to me as a kid, I was telling my mom, these guys are going to be as big as the Beatles.
Right.
But like,
yeah, whatever. I mean, it's
whatever.
That's whatevs. Okay, JJ Winward, who says, SEN, we have the jazz farts. Thank you.
Jazz farts,
hey,
yeah.
Hey, we're good. Lawrence Lease, I'm hooked on The Outsider. The main character could definitely use Blue Chew now. Well, I don't know. That's over my head because I haven't seen the show.
Yeah, I don't know The Outsider either.
But I do want to see The Outsider. Schlong the Magic Dragon. Who he put in?
Got me.
He was the one who put in the Richard Dreyfuss one. Thank you, Andrew G. I really hope if Ahsoka gets a spinoff, it's more like a limited series, 1 season, like I hope Obi-Wan will be. Just a long movie to tell a one-off story. If Rex is in it, cool. You know what, Andrew? I'm gonna agree with you here. I agree. I don't think that just because a certain show people want it, that it means that it should be 4, 5, 6 seasons. The reason why I think that could work for Mandalorian. This is a brand new character that could introduce stories and characters, old characters of the past, and link it all together. And it's a big enough span of between Jedi and even Force Awakens that you can connect it all. And it could go 7, 8, 9 seasons. Something like Obi-Wan, I mean, I would maybe be okay with 2 or 3 seasons. Yeah. But if it was 1 season, totally fine with it. Same thing with Ahsoka. Eventually, you got to find out what the hell happened to her, right? Because I don't want to have one of these things like, she just kind of went off and she just kind of didn't really hear much about her. Oh, she might be alive during Rise of Skywalker. We don't know. It's like, how did she die? What happened?
She was meditating in the forest.
That's right.
Just finding herself.
But I think you can do that in 1 season. It'd be interesting. Christy McGee, I would literally be interested in watching Brett do anything. There you go.
Oh,
Christy wants to watch you do that stuff. So, Josh Barnett, who put in a Schmoebot. So did Tim Sim, again. Sir Lord Attenborough, with Ahsoka Tano joining Mando Season 2. How much do you want to see her involved in the main story? I'd like to see her jump in and out of the show and have a live-action spin-off instead of making it more about her. Mando is doing great the way it is. I actually think that's exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah.
I think that I don't know. I think if the rumors are true about her getting her own spinoff, it's enough to set her up, because you cannot assume that everyone who's watching Mandalorian watched Clone Wars and Rebels and they know who Ahsoka Tano is. So you need to set her up in the story of Mandalorian in a way where she's going to be interesting enough to new fans that they care and they want to learn more about her. But you don't. But I agree with you that you shouldn't put her in where it becomes the Ahsoka Tano show when it should be the Mandalorian show. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to pepper her in very crucial moments, which they should if you want to build something new. All right. No, it's not her this time. It's not her this time. But she's just trying to make sure because there's a button that says no substitutions, and I hit no substitutions, and she's like, well, substituted this. I'm like, please don't do that. Yeah, you've wiped all of that out.
It's a cough syrup for me.
It is. It's delicious.
Every morning, I just need a little bit in the tea.
Good. It comes out of your pay today.
I said no substitutions, and they just didn't bring me that. They took it off the thing, and they just brought me what I ordered. Like,
what do you mean? Well, that's
minus those items.
Right. That's what I want.
Yeah. So why is she? So she's saying, but we need to substitute.
No, she's not saying that. It's just it's all fucking confusing. I don't care anymore. Okay. I really hope that we did that already. Dip and wipe. If true, I love this show so much. If true, now that it's leaked that Ahsoka is in Mando Season 2, do you think that they will reveal her in the trailer to get people hyped? Or do you think that they will still save her for a reveal within the show? I tend to lead towards the latter. Well, a great question. It's a great question, because if everybody knows she's in it already, why not market with her, right? The question is, how is she revealed? Is it a big enough storyline? Is it not a trick storyline, but is it a storyline where, something happens where if you reveal her, you're going to reveal what happens and how they get to her in the first place? And is she involved with someone else that you don't want to be revealed? So maybe, and it's one of those things that Mandalorian is very ready. It's pretty popular anyway, that now that people know that she's in it and it has been leaked, that you don't need to show her in the trailer because people are going to tune in just to find out when she's going to show up. So
how do you think, as somebody that doesn't know the character, she can fit into this storyline somehow? Yeah. It works. For
sure.
But it doesn't need to be like what you're trying to say is that it's not going to be now she teams up with him. And
it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. I don't think that they need that. Yeah. I think that these characters have been set up pretty strongly to where the fans are pretty on board with them, and you don't need Ahsoka Tano to be in the show every episode, and I don't think they would.
Can we get Arnold getting pissed off at the lady trying to substitute his item and Baldbag Lewis tries to calm him down?
Absolutely. I don't have my glasses.
All right, absolutely. Okay, so which one should we use here? How about
Whiskey and Lulu?
Hey. Lady, I told you I wanted cinnamon, I wanted garlic, and you didn't get me either. You got me parsley. I didn't even ask for parsley. What are you doing? I'm more texting, and now I don't need meat anymore. And you got me 6 pounds of meat and a filet mignon, which look delicious, but I cannot eat it anymore. I'm a vegetarian, even though I am eating live skin blue every once in a while, but they grow back because they're mutated. What do I do, Lewis?
What you need to realize is that these substitutions are what are keeping these businesses alive. So it doesn't matter if you don't want beef. You need 6 pot roasts if she can't get you your bubbly water. That's just how it works.
That makes no sense at all. I ordered the Triscuit. I don't get the Triscuit. I get the biscuit, and I don't need biscuits. That's not replacing. That's just her not reading. It's very easy.
No.
You sit down in the middle of the store and you say, "This is what you want, not what you think I need." You don't know what I need.
If you want Triscuit, you're going to get chicken in a biscuit as a substitute. That's just how it goes.
Fuck you. You don't know either. You don't know the lady. You don't know what she's doing. She's doing this on purpose. And when I ask her very nicely, I say, "I want the cookie. I want the cookie with the chocolate chips." And she doesn't get me that. You get the graham cracker. I don't need that.
Now, I just don't think you're being very nice. She's out there in the trenches trying to get your food. She just wants to give you some substitutions, and I think she's just trying to make your life better. But you know what? Fuck you, too.
Thank you. All right. Let's move on. We have to do what's next. What's thank you for the wonderful donation, by the way.
Yes.
Honestly, I look forward to the songs and the skits because it like wakes me up.
It does.
It wakes me up. Christy McGee, thank you so much. Tim Sim, who put in this robot, Sir Lord Attenborough, Garth McMurray. It's so wild hearing about Blake as a teen when, as a fan, I know him best as a baby and a little kid in the Guild, and his Take a Talk with Blake Sheridan show. Yeah. Man, I feel like an old shitwad. My life has been really shitty lately. Thanks to the Need to Laugh. So I'm sorry that your life has been shitty, Garth, and thank you for being a wonderful fan. You really are an absolutely amazing fan. Thank you. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for everything that you have done for this show, and please stay safe, my good man.
Yeah, rewatching some of the Guild was tough for me, seeing him that little.
Is he? How little is he?
He was a legit 6 to 8 months old
really?
The first episode of the Guild.
Oh, wow.
And this was like, millions and millions back then.
Yeah.
It was a hugely watched.
No, I remember. Yeah, people love that show. Okay, well, guys, go and you still can check it out. So go check it out.
Netflix, I believe.
Thank you, Big Mo Movie Review for the Schmoebot. Austrian shitwads for the Schmoebot. Chris Scorpio, have you ever had players go into business for themselves during a storyline or angle? I mean, as far as improvising, I encourage improvising. I like improvising as long as it for those people who understand where we're going. Sometimes people have improvised and it's like, just try to stick with this particular thing. But yeah, I mean, the storyline itself, there's a few that have tried. Like what I try not to do now, what I've done, I've given people notes on scenes, and I go, okay, here's a scene I need, and I give it to the producer, and I say, okay, I need this person to hit this, and then I've left the room, and then I see the footage, and I've said, well, that didn't work at all. We have to reshoot the whole thing because they went off and tried to do something completely different. There was a couple different scenes of people trying to, well, I think I know this better, and it doesn't fit the narrative of where it's supposed to be going. So,
I don't know how you keep all that in your head and how you orchestrate that, because once somebody does something that you didn't want them to do, then you've got to reflip it. Like that part of the job is,
it's the challenge of it. But I mean, that also comes from the winning and the wins and the losses for people too. That's where really that's where you have to have both. And I don't when people are trying to come up with their ideas and their thoughts for their character, and I understand though too, because they're the ones that are in front of screen, they're the ones that are being represented, and they want the best option. They're the ones that they want to feel comfortable in doing their actual roles. But what I try to let people know as a storyteller, I trust me as far as I've done pretty good with this so far. That let me take you on the journey, because a lot of times when I've had people with a lot of the pushback, and like I said, I mentioned Andrew Guy on this too. Andrew Guy's he understands his character, he understands it, and he gives great suggestions, and we kind of go through it together as a process as far as well, what about this, and not this. And when it's a lot of the pushback, I don't know, I can't do that, I don't want to do that, it's like, I give up sometimes.
Yeah.
And I give up and I say, well, and certain people just haven't gotten pushes from it, and so because I don't know what to do with them, and I'm not going to go down a path of doing a storyline that I think is hard. I have gotten... without ever embarrassing people, I've gotten suggestions. I'm like, if we did that we would look like the goofiest, dumbest show that has ever been put on camera. And but anyway, it's just part of any show that you do. So more on that on Backstage. All right, let's get to some more of these questions. Streamlabs.com. Again, thank you for everybody who's putting in questions right now. Really, really helpful and appreciated. Streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Haskell420. Hey, gang, just saw on Twitter and tweeted you. South by's auction house is auctioning Ian Levine's complete 1936 2014 run of every DC comic ever published and promotional issues, 40,000 plus comics he bought day one. $40,000 worth of comics he bought day one and via collectors. That's got to be 20 million plus. Oh,
wow.
40, yeah. So wow. So there you go. So
all right,
check
I'll
that
go
out.
buy it.
Go buy the whole thing, bud. You can do it. And send him some of that whiskey, will you? Dom D, I am skeptical about the whole substitute idea. Like, how much wiggle room do they have? It seems a bit ambiguous. Could I ask for toilet paper and then some fuck nugget sends me a lamp? Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
no, that's
the whole point. That's why we put no substitutions. Paul Denuzio, if I could break... Oh, that's the Schmoebot. Thank you, Paul. Noah Outlaw. Hey, Noah. I haven't seen Noah in a while. Noah's a good Noah's been a fan for a long time. Hey guys, love what y'all are doing. What are the chances Star Wars Celebration actually happens this year with the coronavirus craziness? Hopefully it's still going to happen, and look forward to seeing the crew there. Well, I think you have more of a opportunity that more of a chance that Star Wars Celebration will happen, considering it's August. And they I don't know, potentially they could move it depending on if they can get the convention center. But I think that one has a better shot. I think Comic-Con should have been canceled already.
They haven't
canceled it.
Oh,
no, it's July. I think they're probably crossing their fingers that July is going to be possible. But
it's so up in the air.
Cancel the Olympics, and the Olympics they said is coming back 2021.
Yeah.
Does that throw off?
Can we get Sebastian confused and annoyed because competitors keep breaking kayfabe?
Absolutely. What are you doing? You're in the middle of a match, and you're supposed to be the villain, but you're crying and hugging your opponent? What are you doing? And you're over there arguing about what? And then in the middle of the conversation, you say, I'm gonna break kayfabe? What are you doing?
What is kayfabe short for?
Or
is it just...
It's just a word that they
Just a word.
Yeah.
So what was that?
Anyway, we were in the middle of something. What were we talking about?
There's some question.
There was a question?
With the...
Star Wars Celebration.
Yeah.
And Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So and then the Olympics. I was going into the Olympics. So the Olympics is usually every 4 years, right? So it's been every 4 years. So now, is it going to be every 4 years now, or is it going to be every 5 to get, or is it going to be 3 to get it back on track?
Yeah. Do they stick with the 4 years, and this one's
Right,
just going to
just
happen within?
Right.
I bet that's how they do it.
You think they go back to they do 3 instead of or they just stick to 4?
3 for this one, and then 4 to continue.
Well, no, this will be 5.
Oh, geez.
It's been 4 years, so it'll be.
Oh yeah.
You see them? So it'll be
5.
So if they do it next year, it'll be 5 years. So do they get it back on track, or they just keep sticking it at 4?
God, that's a good question.
Right. So
and then think of these competitors. Maybe some of them won't be able to compete.
Right. Right.
Coming the next one that would have been able.
Right.
To.
The eligible. It's the whole thing.
My God.
Jelly Dick.
Oh, Jelly, what's up?
Anyone seen a peanut butter anus around here trying to make a sandwich? That's good. I wonder if it's still the same person.
Oh, could be.
Could be.
They're funny though.
It could be. Right. Seth Bayless. Sorry, I fucked up that other message. Here's a story. The other day, I was sitting in my friend's living room. Her boyfriend went into the bedroom and shut the door, but he forgot to turn off his Bluetooth speaker, and seconds later, porn started blaring. I died. Oh, yeah, all right. That's something.
So you've got your girlfriend's got a friend over.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what? I'm going to go crank one out while I'm talking.
Smash out a couple of...
You can't smash them out anymore with everybody in the house at all time.
You got to turn your Bluetooth off. Especially if you got a speaker on.
Yeah. But I mean, usually that would occur when the house was empty.
Right. Not this time.
You can't smash
them out. Now you got to find a way to do it. I get it. Okay. So Matt Donovan. Thank you for all the great content. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for the wonderful donation. That's very much appreciated. Big Mo, thank you for the donation, the Schmoedown. Appreciate that. Chris Scorpio, if you're doing exhibition matches, then I would love to see a tournament of champions with each person who has held the championship belt to see who is the greatest champion of all time. No one's record will be tarnished, and everyone would love to see it. It's a good suggestion. The problem is that these people, they get very, very touchy about things, and if there's one, I mean, that means Sam Levine would have to compete, and if Sam Levine is playing against, let's say, Mike Kalinowski, who would be in the tournament of champions, and Mike Kalinowski's internet farts out for a second, exhibition or not exhibition, Sam Levine is going to have a problem with the fact that question got cut off, and and last thing I need is a 7-minute challenge online about it. I want to just do fun, kind of fun, goofy ones, but that's not to say that's a no. But I'm hesitant about it. The Dutch store The Man in the High Castle is based on a novel from 1962 by Philip K. Dick. It's a parallel universe where the Nazis and the Japanese won the war. America is divided in the Japanese Pacific state and the greater German Nazi reign. Ridley Scott is a producer. Yes. I knew the story itself, but I did not know that particular
Philip
thing.
K. Dick. I played the lead in "Flow My Tears," the policeman
Did
said
really?
in college. Yeah.
Jelly Dick is back.
I know Dick.
Oh, you know Jelly Dick because he's back. Blue Chew may help me. There you go. I'm Rick James. Bitch squirrel update. I know you and them were mortal enemies at the last house. What's the update with the new digs? Also, Brett, when's the last time you used the cast iron? Fuck your couch. Okay.
I used it yesterday when I seared the pot roast before I put it in the slow cooker. Yeah.
There you go. I gave an update on the squirrels, but it's okay if you didn't catch it last time. The squirrels here, I like. They're nice little squirrels. They don't bother anybody. They don't mess with me. They don't mess with anything happening.
I think it's those two black cats that are sneaking around that are keeping them at bay.
Maybe, but they don't. But they're not aggressive. These squirrels. Even when I see them, they're running around. They don't dig up my wife's flowers and the plant like these other fuckers did. Like they were there messing with us every day. These squirrels. These ones here. They're nice. They're chilling out. They seem like nice little squirrels. They don't bother
we're in a more cramped environment. I think maybe they have more space to roam, and they're not as stir crazy.
Maybe these, or they're just different squirrels.
Yeah.
Because these other squirrels are assholes.
You don't think it's the same squirrel?
They could be. I don't know. You know why?
They followed you?
You know why I think that's not a crazy thing? Is because we had these two like birds. They looked like doves, but they're these two really beautiful birds.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I've never seen birds that look like this. And they were in my old place, and they're in these trees too. The same two birds, because it's not like they could be any birds. These are the same two birds, and they did follow us from the other place, which is crazy. But I bet the fucking squirrels. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, getting back to Big Mo, who put in a Schmoedown, and then the Dutch store did something also. Big Mo, Chris Adams. If I can break kayfabe, I do shopping for people also. App doesn't always show the no subs. That's fair.
Okay.
We're told customers prefer subs. Also, we get a paid percentage of the order, so it's on the shopper's best interest to sub over refund. Make sure you tip shoppers well. There you go.
That's one thing I have been like. For them to go get it for me,
I give extra.
It's worth it. It's worth a good tip.
Yeah, me too. I've been giving way extra. I normally give like 20%, but I think I give like 30 to 40.
Yeah. I mean, just to not have to go out there.
Me too. Rolson. Hey, Raring. I watch SEN live every day from my comfortable sofa here in Sweden. I don't have a question. I just wanted to thank you. Rolson is I don't know if that's Is it Raring actually? Hey babe, is that what that means? Hey Raring.
That how often that pops into my head now.
It's the best.
I was just doing dishes the other day. Hey Raring.
Hey Raring. The coffin stuff and Tom's penis. It's so good. Raring. I love it.
Why isn't there Hey Raring? 2 seconds later, there will be.
There will be. Soda the Sax Man. Kayfabe originally started out of coded speak for people in the business to discuss wrestling matters in public without giving anything away. It comes from pro wrestling's origin in the carnival circuit. Thank you, Soda the Sax Man.
Oh, cool.
Really appreciate that. I'm going to get the super chats here, ladies and gents, as we move down. I did. Do you have you should get there, Brett, if you want to catch up a little bit, because what I would like to actually see you become like a good character in the Schmoedown, and I think that you could do that whether or not you're competing forever or not. Right now you can get, so I stopped my subscription to the WWE Network. I just wasn't watching it as much, but they're giving away all free WrestleManias right now, and you go back and you watch some of the old ones. I watched it took me 3 days to do it, but I watched WrestleMania 6.
Oh yeah, you were telling me
with my oldest.
And she made you like go back to matches.
She wanted to watch every single match. I just wanted to watch a couple, but I hadn't seen some of these matches in so long. And last night we watched Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. That was like the main event of the thing. And she was like, she's like, I don't know who I want to win. Yeah. And she's watching the whole thing, and then she started rooting for Hogan, and she started rooting for Warrior, for Hogan, and at one point I was like, "What do you think's going?" She's like, "Stop talking, I want to watch it." And I was like, "All right, good, perfect." And then my wife walks in right as the finish is about to happen, and my daughter goes, "Come on, Mom, get away!" But now we're going back. We're watching another one. We just started WrestleMania 4 last night.
Wow.
So we're watching WrestleMania 4. That's one of my favorites. But we're gonna watch that one. And she wanted to watch WrestleMania 7, but it's really bad. It's a bad.
Now these were 100% pay-per-view back then.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how I watched those. I must have had a friend that
probably had a friend that did. Yeah. But you should go back and watch some of them. You can get just download the app. They're all free right now. All the WrestleManias are free leading up to this WrestleMania coming up. But it's good. There's some good storylines. There was something in there that happened that I was like, oh, I got to try to do that for Schmoedown.
Next time my mom comes to visit, I'm going to have her bring my WrestleMania or my wrestling figurine guys that I had, and
absolutely.
I'll do a whole show.
Please do. Okay, so let's see. Movie Finobi. Everyone look. Thank you, Movie Finobi. Movie Finobi also says introducing first and second Frankie's Solo Janish. Okay. Sean Cal, 26. Bring on the stupid. Thank you, folks. Thank you. Hitman Hudson. How much money would it take to get Brett a title shot? You know what's funny is if one of Brett's faction had won the free-for-all, they could have given him a title shot if he wanted to. Out of all the champions that are out there right now, I'll name them all to you. You tell me if you actually would study and play any of them to try to beat them, right?
Okay.
You've got the Inner Geekdom champion in Kevin Smets. You've got the teams champions in Dan Merle and John Roca. The singles champion, who's Dan Merle.
Yeah.
Or the Star Wars champion, who's Alex Damon.
Well, no Star Wars.
Yeah.
Right?
Inner Geekdom is probably the same thing.
Yeah, an Inner Geekdom.
So you got teams or singles. You either got to play Dan Merle in teams or play Dan Merle in singles.
I would play Dan Merle in teams, but who would I?
Who would you choose? You could choose any single person in all of Schmoedown minus John Roca to play Roca and Merle. Who would you choose?
Bibbs.
You would take Bibbs?
Yeah. I mean, I think
he's not great in title matches though.
Really?
His knowledge, I don't know if there's anybody right now, especially now considering both Cushing and McWeeny aren't active. I think knowledge-wise, he might be the most knowledgeable competitor, maybe him and Alonzo Duralde. But he's so good in regular matches in 3 rounds. He's great. He's like 2-5 in teams.
I don't know if we.
In titles.
There might be some gaps of just things that I could maybe I'm giving myself too much credit, but like some of the stuff I watch with the kids and things like that, maybe I could have. But he seems like he's seen everything. Or
he does. His knowledge is crazy. But the title matches come into play with the. See, Rachel Silvestrini says Ben Bateman.
Okay.
Ben Bateman's speed right now is out of control.
And I think Ben would work with me and like really. I think it'd be a training process and
yeah.
God, yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, people are saying Bateman. That's who you should take.
All right, I'll take Bateman, but I still like you, Bibbs.
Yep. All right, let's see. So we're going to keep going on to Super Chat. And Kim Leaheef, morning, longtime fan, thank you. First time catching you live. Just wanted to thank you for everything that you do. Your love and genuine desire to make people laugh comes through loud and clear. Love you all. Thank you, Kim. That's very nice. That's a very nice comment and much appreciated. And yeah, we're trying. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get people's mind off of things and at least
last night, us at the Schmoes of the North interviewed Kaiser for our show. Episode to drop tomorrow for 1 hour. It was a blast. Dude is the best. Look for it on the Facebook page. What is your favorite Kaiser moment in the Schmoedown?
Oh man, so many Kaiser moments. I actually like it's off air stuff. I like talking about the Schmoedown with Kaiser because he gets it. He's gotten it from the get go of what this thing is, and he takes both the story serious and he takes the competition very serious, and he trusts in his competitors, and he gets people excited about the Schmoedown. Like perfect example is Vinny Mancuso, who I knew Vinny from Collider, right? But Vinny didn't know Kaiser from a hole in the wall, and then he was drafted by Kaiser. And I ran into Vinny at a screening not too long ago, and he said that Kaiser he loves Kaiser, and Kaiser makes him even more excited about the Schmoedown than he thought he would be. He inspires him. He gets him pumped up to be this character and to win a championship and do stuff. So Kaiser brings that out of people. I think that a lot of Kaiser's monologues and things, and Kaiser also doesn't get credit because there was a time I don't remember why, but I couldn't make it to a taping. So I wrote around 7 scenes and I sent them to Kaiser, and Kaiser said, "I'll take this over," and he produced them for me and he directed them for me and he did a really good job, and he did it, and it was and so that's the type of stuff for Kaiser. But moments, I think that the thing with I gotta make him a shirt that just says well, ... Because he starts off his promo, he's like, well, and that's kind of been a thing now. So
he was teasing me at the drafting.
What was he saying?
Well, about, hey, what do you think about?
Oh, trying to get you in? Yeah.
I was like, what? Are you serious?
Yep.
Or, you messing with me?
Yeah. He's.
I got to tell you, if Kaiser was running with us back in the day, we would have done some damage.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
well, remember, I known him longer than I know you.
Yeah.
I knew him.
Where was he? He was in New York.
No, he was in New York.
Yeah.
He was in. So I met him at UCLA when I was at the New York Film Academy, and then he went back home to New York, to Rochester, and then I went to Florida State, and then I came here.
What's been the best meal you've had so far during this quarantine? I had some rice and beans and pork chops, Puerto Rican style.
It's a great question, Big Mo. And the answer to that is a similar answer. My wife made this chicken dish the other day: chicken, rice, beans, and it was I like it a little spicy.
Yeah.
But she made it. It was so delicious. I put it. I'm actually thinking about it. I'm want to go. It was a little left over. I'm having it for lunch. And I put it in a little burrito, and it was really good. It was really, really good. I'm missing pizza though. I did buy some more Trader Joe's pizzas. Yeah.
Yeah, those do the trick. There's a couple of them. Mine have been my pot roast recently, and then my corned beef. I mean, just those have been just comfort foods that my wife and I were just like, oh, this is great, and we can eat off it for a couple days.
Yeah. You know what I did though? I made a tuna melt the other day. This is not as good as what my wife does, but I made a tuna melt, and I put some hot sauce on it, and I put jalapenos on it, and I melted the Tillamook cheddar on top of it, and it was just a traditional tuna melt, but a little spicy. Oh, that's how I'm doing.
See, I'm not a tuna melt guy.
No.
I'll put tuna and mac and cheese with peas.
Oh,
that was like fancy.
People don't like when you do that on this show.
Oh no, that to me was like that was our fancy mac and cheese.
Fancy, yeah.
Yeah. But I don't like tuna in anything but mac and cheese for some reason.
What do you think is bullshit?
Okay.
What do you think is bullshit? Just in general, what do you find bullshit?
Everything.
Can I tell you what I think is bullshit?
What's bullshit?
Almost 1,300 people watching and 736 likes.
What are you wads doing?
Shit wads. All right, here we go. I'm sad now, you know. I'm sad now, you know. I got a story for you, Brett. Now you know.
What's making you sad? Why you so blue?
I'll tell me right why now. I'm not on Blue Chew, but that's not why I'm sad. Now you know, now you know. I'm sad for another reason. Now you know.
Is somebody sick in your family or something? Is it something really drastic like that? Now you know.
Very much so. A little more serious than that. Now you know. I'll tell you now you know. There's 1,300 fucking people watching this show, and not one of them is hitting the like. There's not a lot of like, just 800 motherfucking likes.
So you're comparing likes to COVID-19 and the sickness of your family and friends.
Yeah, thank God I am a made-up character, and I can't get persecuted for this on the internet. Now you know. Now you know.
Hit the likes, hit the likes, hit the likes.
Hit the likes because I like you, now you know. And if you don't like it, you hate me, now you know.
Why do you hate such a nice young fella? Just go hit the like, won't you, young fella?
I'm skating around with a sign that says hit like there's only 819. Yet there's 1,300 of you motherfuckers. Now you know, now you know. Shit, what now you know?
Shit, what now you know? Go hit that
now you
like.
know.
Shit, what now you know? Go hit that like.
I said shit, now you know, now you know, now you know. Now you know. Now you know.
Now you know.
Oh, what a bunch of those fucking 23 twats that put dislike. Fuck yourselves.
Again,
and they did it to beat dicks.
Again, I honestly am not. Doesn't make me mad. Like I used to kind of get in the beginning of these things. Like I get fired up with it.
Yeah.
I just don't understand why somebody would.
Well, they're doing it to be. Some people that did it. They hit the dislike and then they hit the they hit like again. So they undo it
but somebody wakes up every day.
Yeah, somebody just did that. They had clicked dislike and this laughed and then
I swear that's literally the most catchy fucking song ever.
Thank you.
David B is the man now you know.
He really is. He does so many different songs. He's got a lot of different tunes for us. We have tons of songs, but now some really good ones. This is a good one too. This was what was that? That was the Mad Hatter. Yeah, it's Elmo and Mad Hatter. Because that's what we're doing. Let's see. Because now what's the other one? Okay. Welcome back, everyone. This is my favorite one because
the quarantine making great elaborate meals. Men, oh look at me! I melted some cheese on a sandwich.
That's right. You're not wrong. She says women during the quarantine make great elaborate meals. Men, look at me! I made some cheese on it. You're not wrong. I just put some jalapenos on it. Although I'll tell you what dish I haven't done that I really like a lot. I make this pie. I've told you about this. I do this, and it's one of my favorite dishes. Is pasta meal. A lot of times it's like wheat penne, but I will take grilled chicken breast, right, and I slice that thin. But I saute mushrooms, I saute garlic, I saute tomatoes, right, and I put some parsley on it, and well, obviously a little bit of butter, there's Parmesan cheese, and broccoli. And then I make that dish. It's really, really good.
You throw like a little wine reduction to kind of get that fond out of the pan?
No, not as much as maybe I should, but I'm proud of that dish because it tastes pretty damn delicious.
Dude,
it's delicious.
My wife made the best banana bread the other day. And because she read the directions wrong, and for some reason she discovered if she used less flour, it made it so much more moist than this direction she did. So I purposely let several bananas go bad every day. And then I'm like, oh, it looks like you got to make banana bread. She made a giant one. And
you're wasting food to get your way.
It's not wasting. Because she's making banana bread.
Yeah, but you're wasting the bananas that you let go bad.
No, they go bad, so she has to use them in banana bread.
Oh,
yeah,
I see.
We're not tossing them. Yeah,
they
got it. It's when they get. That's why you make banana bread is when it gets all nice and when they get brown.
Yeah. All right. Well then.
God,
banana bread's delicious.
A piece right now.
You know what's so fucking weird about bananas for me? I love the smell of bananas. I love banana bread. I love banana candy. I love banana cookies. I love banana anything. I don't like to eat bananas.
Really?
It's fucking weird. Like I love to smell bananas. Like bananas when they like actual bananas. I love them. And like when people are eating them, it smells delicious. Yeah. I don't know what it is.
I get the texture.
I put them in oatmeal.
They're odd.
Love them in oatmeal.
Oh, really? So
it's weird. I can eat them in oatmeal, but I just can't eat a banana like itself. I don't know. I don't get it. I don't.
You ever slice it down the middle and put some peanut butter in there and eat it like that?
Never tried to do that.
That's a good
maybe
one.
that's the way to do it.
Nutella?
Some almond butter. Never done that. Let's see. I'm going to go back to the super chats here and double check. Everybody who's putting in donations and keeping us on the air, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Senate Central. How many seasons of Mando? Mando gets Darksaber season 2. I don't know if he's going to necessarily get it. Maybe this is how you get Ahsoka involved. I don't know. Dan Bescher. Christian, if you were still a writer for WWE, how would you handle WrestleMania without crowd reactions? It's tough because the difference is this: like UFC can do it. UFC can do the fights because I mean they ultimately did that in the Ultimate Fighter, and you can do that with just trainers and other people kind of rooting from the side. WrestleMania is a different beast because it's you rely on the crowd to help you tell the story.
The walk-ins, the coming through
like
that right there is the build up
for WrestleMania. I mean, I don't know. I mean, personally, I think that for both, I think they should cancel it. I think they should put it on. I think for the healthiness of the show, not just for the literal healthy aspect of it, but like the healthiness, the duration of the show, and it's going to be one of those WrestleManias that it's just not going to have the same oomph as other WrestleManias in the past because of what the crowds do and the way that the performers perform because of the crowd. But to actually, what you would do, that's a harder question because it depends on, like I was just mentioning before, not my narrative to tell, and even as a writer for the company, it was what Vince wanted to do, and it's like how do you go along with his vision and how do you suggest certain things that would help his particular vision. So his particular vision on this is to have the show as is and move on. I mean, I wouldn't pretend And to be completely upfront, I haven't been watching Raw or SmackDown since the first one they did, since all this is going down, and it was just too awkward for me. I had to turn it off. So I don't know if they've maneuvered a little bit and have now actually, embraced more of their surroundings. But I would embrace the surroundings itself. I wouldn't have it in a big arena. I would have it. I don't think they are, but I would do like smaller things. I would treat it. I would go. Maybe this is where they could treat it more like a sport again. Because even watching WrestleMania 6 and watching how they treated it as actual a little bit more of a sport than what they're doing, what they have been doing over the last couple of years. Maybe treat it more like a start putting in some rankings. Start putting in maybe make a tournament. I don't know. I don't know what they would do, to be honest. And I can't pretend that I would know, I have the ultimate solution at all, because I haven't been watching and as caught up as everybody else, too. So, I don't know. Do you? I don't.
I don't know what they want to do.
I don't know anymore. I'm not sure. Shitsy's house. Oh, sorry. It's not Shitsy's house. Stizzy's house. Stizzy's house. Everyone shook of Ahsoka and Mando. Relax. She's dope. And in Filoni, I trust. Love the show. Also, shout out to everyone who loves big butts and they cannot lie. Yes, that's right. Thank you. Going back to streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Both Christy McGee and Big Mo movie reviews put in a Schmobot. Thank you. Lawrence Lease. FSU don't know shit. Go USF Bulls. How dare you, sir. Dagan. As if the world didn't feel apocalyptic enough right now, here in Vermont, we had a hailstorm last night, and now it's snowing. How is the weather in L.A.? The weather in L.A. has been pretty nice, right, Brett?
Yeah, I felt bad when I was saying, "Oh, it's so beautiful, and you need to get out." Getting outside is great because it's not warm necessarily, but it's just that perfect,
you can go outside. Yeah. It's not like freezing other places. Yeah. It's also one of the reasons, I think it's one of the reasons that, and again, for people who are in New York, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure it's been pretty cold there.
Yeah.
That doesn't help viruses. It helps increase viruses. We need fucking hot weather again, man. And not just and the humid Miami weather obviously is it's hot in the Keys. I was talking to Fernandez. This is where he's out there now too. But once that hot, I'm hoping, because in the past, when it comes to flu and the hot weather helps kill viruses. So I'm just, and I hate hot weather. I hate hot weather, but I'm hoping, I'm waiting for it.
I'm so pampered with the 72-degree consistency that we usually have. I like that. I don't like when it gets in the 80s and 90s. I like that. Just cool enough, just hot enough.
I just read an article about a guy who born during Spanish flu, survived the Holocaust and has recovered after having corona.
Wow.
That's nothing. Roca survived the plague, fought in hundreds of wars, and he's a Schmoedown. Need more men like Roca.
That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
That comes from Roca Senior Discount. Thank you, Roca Senior Discount. Thank you very much for that wonderful comment. Look, even going back to this WWE thing, Ed Haskell says, you haven't missed much. It's bad. 2 commentators. Ref came in once in a while. You can hear the wrestlers calling their spots, whip into the corner. Yeah, it's like, wow. Yeah, that's tough, and it's hard for the wrestlers to do, man, because that's they're used to being able to move shit around. All right, let's see. I'm going back on over to streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. So to the Saxman, Kaiser told the origins of why he starts his promos with "well" in our interview. Remember, look on the Facebook page tomorrow to find out on the latest episode of Schmoedown Night in Canada. I don't remember that one. I have to actually watch the origin. It's probably something that we were cutting in the actual promos. Not sure. Big Mo Movie Review put in a wonderful Schmobot. Sweep the leg. Any word from your boys about Cobra Kai Season 3 trailer? Definitely looking forward to it. Got to bring Terry Silver and Matt Barnes back, or maybe even Chosen. I think Chosen probably has a better opportunity to come back. Check out John Horowitz and all those guys on. Check them out over on Twitter. And, they give out updates all the time about what's going on in the world of Cobra Kai, because I could definitely take some Cobra Kai, but I'm glad that we got Ozark right now. Have you watched Cobra Kai, by the way?
No.
You still have that? Dude.
I'm sorry.
That's the one you need to watch.
Yeah.
Because you're a Karate Kid fan.
Loved it.
You have to watch that show right now. And because here's the thing. Lonnie will probably be like, wait, what Karate Kid show you want to make me watch? Sadie was the same way. And that was that went away fast. She loves it. She
it's
loves
just
it.
tough. We got so many on our plate right now.
We'll bump this to the top of the list because you're getting a couple seasons here too. All right, let's see. Going back to streamlabs.com/Schmoedown. Now we have Peanut Butter Anus, who says, "Hey Jelly Dick, let's get together sometime." It's very nice. We're making love connections here. It's very sweet. So did the Sax Man actually put in a Schmobot again. Sugar Gum. Yesterday, while watching Roxy's stream with Sam Basher, I realized for about a year now I've confused Coy and Sam as being the same person. I'm bad with faces. Have you ever confused a person or celebrity for another person? Yeah, I've done that before. I've done that a couple times. I can't remember like a specific example, but I'm sure that I've thought certain people were someone and then like, oh no, that was that person. Have you done that? You've done that before, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And mostly it's just because I can't remember who most people are.
Oh, okay. Dagan says if the Winter Olympics starts on schedule, we will have 2 Olympics in under a year. July 2021.
Over or under 80% that we get a donation from Peanut Butter Banana Anus before show ends?
Now, over. Now, over. Before that, I would have gone a heavy under.
You laid the ground.
Yeah. The question is over under 80% that we get a donation from Peanut Butter Banana Anus before the show ends. High over. High over. Getting back to what he said about the Olympics. With the Olympics, if the Winter Olympics go, we'll have July 2021 and February 2022, which would be crazy. Hope you're staying safe and healthy, you shitwads. Thank you. I think that's everything as far as Streamlabs and the Schmobot and any more super chat.
How are they continuing to train, or even if they're like in group event, like how does that?
I don't know. I mean, it's the same way the wrestlers, I think, are doing it now, right? Because like, you probably have doctors all over and giving the tests and making sure they're healthy. Yeah. So my dad, I love my dad more than anything in the world. He always calls me during the show, and I tell him every single time. Epsilon Audio, much love from me to you during this difficult time. I've been watching WrestleMania on WWE Network. What are your top 3? Mine are 17, 20, and 21. You know what's so funny? I was at WrestleMania 17.
Really?
Yeah, I was at WrestleMania 17. It was the one in Houston, and that's ultimately how I got my job, because it was that path that helped me get the job there. And I remember the main event was Stone Cold Steve Austin versus The Rock for the title, and I remember what happened at the end. I remember people thought Goldberg was going to crash because that's right before Goldberg was coming to the WWE, and I can't remember a damn thing about WrestleMania 17. I don't remember if I was hammered during it or whatever it was, but I can't remember a damn thing except the main event. I have to go back and watch it because people love that WrestleMania, and I don't remember it well enough. So I'm probably going to rewatch that one. 20, I definitely wasn't watching because I was out at that point. And 21, I didn't watch. So I have to go back and probably watch those. I'm more old school, so I would say WrestleMania 3 was pretty damn good, even though a lot of the matches weren't too great. The main event of Andre versus Hogan was tremendous, but the best wrestling match of all time takes place, and that's Randy Savage versus Ricky Steamboat. It's the best match that's ever happened. I also like WrestleMania 4 because my favorite wrestler wound up winning the championship. And I think WrestleMania 2 I was at also. It was a split. I was like super young, but Roddy Piper boxed Mr. T, which was awesome. Oh. They boxed, and Piper got pissed off and then body slammed him in the middle of it. All right, so let's see. I think that's everything on as far as super chats. As far as embrace your geekiness, WrestleMania is going to be more cinematic, apparently. According to reports, they have everything filmed already. Well, I like that. I like that if they make it more cinematic and make it more of like an actual show and don't try to do it like they're performing in front of a crowd. It's too awkward, man. It's way too awkward. All right, let's get to some more of these stories. As we are going to go to some more stories, we have about 20 minutes left. You guys want to put in some more donations, you go to streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Anything that you can donate today, any Schmobots, anything along those lines would be greatly appreciated. But we're going to get to some more questions. Or questions, not questions, more stories. We have more stories here. We talked about the Olympics. Now let's talk about this Kylo Ren thing. There's more Kylo Ren news here. Kylo Ren, the Rise of Skywalker, much like Star Wars The Last Jedi, is seemingly refusing to leave the global conversation months after its release. Part of that has been due to the film's recent release on home video, and part of it is due to the recent novelization of the film, which has drawn more discussion for the way it attempts to clear up many of the muddled narrative inconsistencies and unanswered questions. Now, More points from the books have come up via Digital Spy, one dealing with Kylo Ren and events of Star Wars The Force Awakens. In the book, it says that it was due to Chewbacca's shooting of Kylo after he killed Han that Kylo was a disadvantage in the fight with Rey. That is apparently how the new Force wielder was able to beat the trained Jedi in a lightsaber duel. Another quote goes into Kylo's lie about Rey's parents being nobodies. Here's what it says. He'd glimpsed her parents in a vision, a poor, frightened couple eking out a meager existence, surviving the edge of desperation. He hadn't been lying when he told her they were nothing, nobodies, but Force visions were filled with tricky truths and potential realities. Maybe he had missed something. Bringing all the power of the Force to bear, Kylo Ren demanded. Who is she? The rotting remnant of the Emperor Palpatine smiled. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much. I mean, I think they covered a lot of that in the movie. Did you see the movie yet?
No.
Oh, good for you.
I want to.
I like what you're doing. Why don't you go get it? Why don't you can rent it? Can you rent it now?
Yeah, I can rent it.
You don't want to do that, though.
There's so much fucking
There's a lot of shit. You're not lying. What else? Let's see. Birds Fight nearly had sex toy. What the hell is that?
Oh, I saw something like that. There was nearly a sex toy
what the hell is
shown in a scene or something.
Let's see. The DC Comics adaptation of Birds of Prey scored good reviews with plenty of praise going towards the action scenes, handled by both directors Kathy Yan and much of the stunt choreography team behind the John Wick films. One of the best ones is the evidence room lockup scene with the Gotham police. I don't want to read too much about this, but the beauty of the sequence is that due to the settings, both she and the goons end up using whatever is lying around. Okay, so I guess they almost used a dildo or something. I don't know. What is it? I guess so. They were going to use I don't know. That's a story. Man, people are reaching right now.
Oh, yeah.
People are really reaching. Tiger King spurs interest in Joe Exotic. A few months ago came the announcement of the limited series Joe Exotic, which would be executive produced by SNL alum Kate McKinnon, who would also star. At the time, it came and went without much fanfare, but in recent days, the popularity of the Netflix new docuseries Tiger King has refocused attention back on the news as the limited series covers the same territory. In Joe Exotic, the big cat enthusiast, Carol Baskin McKinnon, learns that fellow exotic animal, Joe Exotic, is breeding and using his big cats for profit. She sets out to shut down his venture. This begins a quickly escalating rivalry between the pair, and when Joe learns Carol has checkered past of her own, he stops at nothing to expose her hypocrisy, including trying to hire a hitman. Is this pretty much what the...
That's the premise of it, yeah.
So,
and also, there's some speculation about her husband...
Yeah.
I mean, spoilers. Yeah. But her husband mysteriously disappeared.
Oh, okay.
So
they don't know what
he
happened.
was claiming that she killed him.
Okay. Yeah. I would much rather see this, if it's going to be a movie, like do it more like I, Tonya, because I already see like this is going to, and I've been pretty vocal. I just think that Kate McKinnon overcooks it too much, and this is going to be one of those things where she's just singing, dancing, making a lot of different faces. I would like to see her kind of tap in to what she did in Bombshell.
Yeah,
she was great in Bombshell because she was a real person. Like, and these are real people. They're cartoons, but they're real people.
You don't make a comedy out of it.
That's what I think.
Because as weird as they seem, this was
real
some
shit,
tragic shit that was going down.
Yeah. So all right. Zack Snyder, he did and by the way, a lot of these articles coming from Dark Horizon, who aggregates a lot of these stories from all over the web. Filmmaker Zack Snyder participated in a viral live stream of Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice earlier this morning, and during the broadcast, he revealed a couple of behind-the-scenes tidbits about the film and its connection to Justice League. Now, Dawn famously ends with Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman teaming up against the Kryptonian killing machine Doomsday, with Superman ultimately dying. Snyder reveals that Superman's final scream before his death would be heard around the universe, including worlds beyond our galaxy, and in the process, it would ultimately wake up the dormant mother boxes, the MacGuffin of Snyder's Justice League film. Then there's a scene where a futuristic version of Barry Allen visits Bruce Wayne. Snyder says that he believes Barry Allen was the one to put Bruce Wayne to sleep and send him into the nightmare sequence. He apparently did this with the use of the cosmic treadmill. Allen doing it so that Bruce could get a clear look at what the future would become if Lois was killed, but would view it only as a premonition as opposed to a true alternate timeline. Cyborg was apparently the only one who helped to send Barry to speak to Bruce. However, Snyder asserts that Barry would have wanted Cyborg to send him into a second location in time, as his encounter with Bruce in BVS happened too soon. He also revealed that his film, the 5-film arc, would have featured a conversation in which Bruce is actually the one chosen to go back in time. In fact, there were 2 actual possibilities in which he could have been sent back into the timeline. With this having been live streamed, the obvious question had to be asked asked as to whether Snyder will do one for the Justice League theatrical cut, and what would come of that. But there's no answer on whether or not he would do it or not. But I think that would be interesting. I mean, look, you got to give Snyder credit though. He really he loves this stuff. He loves it, and he's very involved, and he's And he keeps going back to it. It's not like he's like, I'm over and done with this now. Yeah. I'm going to go on to new things. He's back into this world. He's doing cuts. He's watching cuts with the fans. He's getting interested in it. So there you go. A lot of fun stories today. A lot of good stories. A lot of cool things. And a lot of cool creators and directors and actors and writers doing fun things with the fans. So
just trying to get creative.
Well, did you see that thing John Krasinski did? John Krasinski did a thing where he was, and I don't blame him. He's sick and tired of seeing, like, the local news is fucking hard to watch, man. It's like it's all death and destruction and all this shit. And he asked people. He said pretty much he was tired of looking at all that stuff. So he asked people to send them positive stories, and he did a fun like mock new like a news story with all positive news, and he interviewed a lot of friends and it was pretty interesting. It's on his Twitter, so you guys can check it out. John Krasinski, who's been doing a lot of stuff. Who's that? Nobody's there. Okay. All right. Going back on over here to streamlabs.com/the Schmoedown. Oh, where'd it go? It's doing something silly.
Oh, brother.
Uh-oh. What's happening?
Now, are people giving John Krasinski crap about this being disingenuous?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. I mean, it's pretty.
It's not like the Imagine thing that people like.
No, I don't.
You're doing this from your mansion.
I don't think so. I think this is more because he had some. You should watch it. You should check it out. Soul Scar 1999. Christian, now's the time to do Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and the Cinephiles with Roca and Steve Morris. Do it now. Love. Again, man, same answer I've been giving. I have very limited time of what I can do, and it's hard for me to do a lot of different things, but that's something that could be fun. Big Mo movie reviews put in. Why didn't that go through? It didn't go through. Sorry, Big Mo. My favorite wrestling match of all time: Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker at WrestleMania 25, and the table ladder chairs match with Edge and Christian, Hardy Boys, and the Dudley Boys at WrestleMania 17. Yeah, I was there for that too. And again, if you told me that I was there for that, I would have forgot about that. So there you go. Great matches, good stuff. Savage Steamboat is so good. But yeah, Taker HBK WrestleMania 25. I've heard a lot about. I gotta watch it. Trash Panda. I really hope you guys start Tiger King. I am completely shocked by it. Well, Brett's seen it.
Yeah.
You watched the whole damn thing, right?
I watched the whole damn thing, yeah.
I can't believe you chose that over, like, Cobra Kai.
It was so many people were telling me to do it.
Yeah.
It was, Cobra Kai's been out for a while. Nobody's like, it's not the
Nobody's
buzz.
talking about it right now. Yeah.
And it took me, I was like, it's a tough sell. It's like, it's not something that.
Did it hook you right away?
It didn't. It kind of builds a little bit, and again, I think it was a little too long. It was too many episodes. It got a little repetitive. But then you also it's one of those shows where you feel icky for watching it too. You're like, why did I watch these disgusting people do this?
Do all these things.
Yeah.
Having some. Let's see. Going back to Super Chat. Big Mo. I don't think my last Schmoedown worked. And we just read it, so sorry about that. There's something going on with the. I think right now I don't know if it's connection or what it is. Epsilon Audio, much love from me to you during this difficult time. I've been watching WrestleMania on the WWE Network. Oh yeah, you just asked me that one. Okay, I think that's everything right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see how we're doing with it's this. Soda the Saxman said go back and check out Taker and HBK from WrestleMania 25. Yeah, that's another. Oh, that's what. There's two of them here. Okay, sorry. Sorry about that. So I didn't realize that. So the Saxman also said, check out Taker from 25. It gives Savage and Steamboat a run for its money for the greatest WrestleMania match. Not to take away from Savage and Steamboat, but this surpasses it, in my opinion. That's fair. I got to check it out. Okay. Thank you so much. PC says Dan Murrell is on Live at the Roxy after SEN Live. Well, make sure you check out Dan Murrell on Roxy's show a little later. But let me see. Let's see how you guys doing. Did you guys get us there before the show? 929. 921. Shitwads. We're at 929 likes.
Come on.
You got a couple minutes before you can get us to 1,000. Let's see. 70 more likes.
Do it.
Before we get 1,000. We've
do
done
it.
it before. Let's see. You ready to let's try this one. Do we have another one?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hi everybody. Listen, this is my favorite one to do because it really throws Brett off.
Yes, it does, because I'm not sure what any of the characters will sound like in this, and I still haven't researched it.
I like the fact that you haven't researched it because researching is for scientists and mathematicians.
I'm a treacle mouse. I'm eating treacle.
Oh, there goes that Trinkle Mouth again, and I gotta be honest with you. There's not enough of shopping opportunities, so I'm just gonna eat the mouse next.
I've got to run. I'm very, very fast. Is he in this scene? Is the rabbit that runs around that has a very fast pace?
He's at the end. I grab him by his arms and throw him with you, the March hair. And I remembered exactly what it is that we said that I couldn't remember. And it's clean cup, move down. Clean cup, move down.
Elmo's here now. He's part of an alternate universe that somehow got pushed in with the Alice in Wonderland, and he's very confused, and he ate a mushroom, and it didn't make him tall or small. It made him trip out really bad.
So wait a minute. What you're telling me here is Elmo's on drugs, the Treacle Mouse is about to get eaten by me, the rabbit got thrown over the fence, and we still only have 987 fucking likes? What's happening?
This is ridiculous. You guys should get more likes for us. And the wonderful thing about Alice in Wonderland is that the person that wrote it was a total opiate addict.
Someone said, what happened to my life? It's the truth. My dog just looked up at my TV like, what the fuck is going on? It's the truth. All right, let me look. Let me see if there's anything else left in the Streamlabs here. Anything that I
will
need.
wait.
I'm going to look. And if there's anything else, no, that's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen. We did it.
We did it.
We did it again. And I don't know how we did it, but we did it. Thank you for joining us here today. I really appreciate it.
That sounded genuine.
No, I do. No, I just saw a stupid comment.
Set you off.
Yeah, I'm just going to get rid of him. So now he's gone. So I thank you guys so very much for joining us here on SEN Live. We'll be back tomorrow, but we are going to do the super, have all of our guests and fun. We're going to do the StreamYards tomorrow, so I'm going to call in a bunch of people to do it. I'll be at the comfort of my own home. Brett will be joining me via the comfort of his own home, and we're going to have a bunch of different people on the show tomorrow. And then tomorrow also is Backstage, where the Pride, Rachel Silvestrini and Ben Goddard and Frank Janish and Ben Bateman and John Roca and Mark Andreyko and Mike Kalinowski all popping in tomorrow. So it's going to be a full day. Thank you guys for joining us. Really hope you had a good time. I had a good time. Peace out, Mother Apps. Old trailer for you.
Next
old
season, it all changes. The entire landscape in the movie Schmoedown.
Old trailer.
We are coming with the fire. We are Shazam.
You suits too tight and you look nice too.